Hey guys, this is David from MVS, and in this video, I just want to talk about my thoughts about David Blaine's TED Talk. How do I hold my breath underneath water for 17 minutes? Um, that because this TED Talk really shocked me, and I think I learned a lot from it. So yeah, so basically, in the TED Talk, he introduced um, the whole process he had done for this challenge for holding his breath underneath water for 17 minutes. Well, as long as possible, because a doctor used to say to him that a human only can hold his breath for at most, I think, 6 minutes. After 6 minutes, like your brain cells start dying and your brain just died and you're dead. Yeah. But David Blaine um, think this don't believe. Apparently, he's not really believing in this, so he decided to challenge it. So he started to practicing, training. He started to try to hold his breath as long as possible every single morning when he wakes up. And he said he only can hold maybe only 30 seconds when he first tried it. But after practicing for 2 months, he can already did, I think, 8 minutes. That is crazy. And so he decided to do the performance in the public. And the first time, um, it's really awkward because the TV shows trying to gain more like you know show effect. So they decide to let him also escape from the lock while holding his breath, and which really cost him a lot of energy. And he finally failed. He almost like choked to death, and he got saved by others. When I saw that moment, like when I saw his like the suffering face, I feel really bad for him. Like is everyone knows like how pain and how suffer it is to really when you can't really even breathe. And I at that moment really start to respect this guy, for all the work he had done. And so yeah, after that show, he just keep trying, keep practicing, and finally he achieved his goal. 17 minutes underwater without breath. And yeah, um, so after that TED talk, I really think a lot, because you know I think all people, like everyone is say like was like really shocked and amazed by all the challenges, all the impossible things he had done. But what really start to wondering that the actual meaning behind all of this, like why would he do this to himself? It's not a normal human would do. And also, um, yeah, like just simply why, you know, um, and what's his motivation? Makes him became this What makes him start to doing all these things? Yep. So I decided to discover about him a little bit more, um, and I started to watching a lot of his street magic YouTube. Um, yeah, and every single one is just cool and amazing, and all the audience was screaming like, how did he done this? He's an alien. He's just crazy. And if you pay attention to David's face, you can see that kind of smell that is like smell like happy, or more like a pleasing, delightful, um, or this like satisfaction smell. And that moment, it really makes me think that all he's here for is he wants to see those he wants to entertain the public. He wants to see that good reaction from audience. He wants to make them laugh, and he's not here for money. He's not here for reputation, everything. He just want to do his magic, his art, and that's it. So that's one thing I can get from him. And also, um, I also saw the challenges, impossible challenges he had done before. Like in 1999, he lived in a plastic coffin underground and survived for 7 days. Um, yep, and just a year later, he froze himself in a 6 ton of ice and survived for 61 hours, which is crazy. About more like a two, almost like 3 days, without eating anything. And 2 years later, he was standing on 100 inches column. He just standing there, and for 35 hours, and he still make it. Um, Everything, and he also used to live in a glass box for 44 days with only drinking like cup of water each days. um, yeah, so I think so after watching all these challenges um, he had done, um, I feel something from it. I feel the I think he's trying to like to prove to this world um, how strong human can be, and or also like, even though, like, and also maybe like the weakness, like how weak human are as well. So I think he used to said he really started to value every single common things in his life. And yeah, I mean, you know when you walk out from when you survive after those crazy challenges, you really start to value your life. You really start to value every single thing, and even a smell from a stranger is also great, is valuable. And everything you see, everything you saw, everything you see, everything you smell, everything you hear, everything you touched is valuable, is really meaningful. And you should realize how weak human are, how weak our life is, and just value everything near our near us. And yeah, and that's another thing I get from him. And the last thing is, I in at the end of his TED talk, I think he says, this is here. As a magician, I try to show things to people that seem impossible. And I think magic, whether I'm holding my breath or shuffling a deck of cards, it's pretty simple. It's practice, it's training, and it's experimenting, while pushing through the pain to be the best that I can be. And that's what magic is to me. And wow, yeah. And I also learned that, you know, everything is everything is not impossible. Everything is possible as long as you really working hard. You just trying, keep trying again and again and again, and don't afraid of pain. You know, don't afraid of suffering all the process. And yeah, I mean everything is impossible. That he practicing to hold his breath for 70 minutes, and he just made it. And yeah, so that's also the last thing I learned from him. So yeah, these are just my few thoughts. And if you have your ideas that different or want to share, um, feel free to comment. And yeah, so what's your thought? Thank you.